recording started. So let's see. Amartya is black. So opening. So for Jayesh, this is a very unusual move for opening because it is not a corner move. You should be playing something here to consider as a corner move.
If you look at the game chat, I at this moment asked him if he was having network issues or something.
Uh-huh. Okay. Getting an enclosure. 16 Q. Yeah, it's fine. So as you keep approaching uh, single digit Q or become single digit Q, this enclosure we consider it bad, but as a Dan, I still played because I love it. Okay, so I guess he got the numbers wrong because he tried to make an enclosure. Okay, approach, kick. Uh-huh. So usually, if Amartya, do you want influence here or you are going for territory?
I wanted influence, I wanted territory, but I also saw that I had an enclosure in that corner, so I thought I could go on the fourth line.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. So right now, as this move says that I am looking towards the center, technically you can ignore this move because this is a very small move, right? Instead of blocking it, you could be like, okay, I will play here or I will play here, trying to build a framework. Okay. So remember, unless it's a very urgent move, always look for the biggest move.
Uh,
Okay, fine. This again. So from White's perspective, I would say that approaching here would be a very good move, or even this side. Hmm. Again, because black has an extension now, so according to the proverb, we would usually block the enclosure.
hmm.
Otherwise, it becomes very easy for black to develop a moyo. Mhm. Nice. So black is developing his moyo very nicely. And right now, I would say for white is to do a capping move kind of thing. Because if black invades now, black is more happy because black gets more influence. Approaching is not correct because technically this is a loose pincer on the white stone. So white cannot play as freely as it should be able to if the Q10 stone wasn't there. So we can either go for the capping move, even shoulder hits could be done, or just look at the sector line and play anything on this line. So for black, I would say this is a very, not very, but kind of a passive move because black could have tried to take more. If you just play here, it
Okay.
says that I want to get a lot of things in one move.
Hmm.
Okay, attach, good, good, attach. So here, first check your priorities. Okay, so you
Hmm.
want the framework in the right, right?
Yes.
So if you go here, technically white could try to go inside or even just
Okay.
crawl like this, right? So remember there's a proverb, attach and hane. Okay, so the attach and hane, it sounds like after I attach, I will do a hane, but it is actually like after my opponent attaches to my stone, I will do a hane.
Okay.
So white attached, you hane.
Right. Yes, I did not expect that that could happen. I just thought that white would block somewhere, either the side or the above,
Like
and then
this.
I'll do the Hane. Yeah, I was strengthening that stone, my stone before I Hane.
Here you could, I would say this later could end up as a bad shape. So instead you could go for this.
Okay, I was afraid of the Hane.
Here?
Yes,
No, but remember this inside is blacks, right?
yes,
So play confidently. Whenever you're strong, just make sure your cutting points are safe. Here your cutting points are safe because all the ladders would go to your stone, right?
yes.
So you can play confidently.
Uh,
Mhm. So this is not a good move.
I thought if I don't like,
Hmm.
he might have something like maybe at G G4 if he plays G4.
So
If
if
I
you
don't
play
go
this
there.
here, this is actually a much better move. Because you did this Hane before, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Now actually this is there's a weak point here or here that white can take advantage of later.
Right.
So if you just take care of this one weakness, the rest of the places are not problem. Like if you
Okay.
just go here, you can connect.
Right. Makes
Here
sense.
again,
Yeah.
you're
That's
fine.
greedy.
Hmm.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah.
Like this usually feels like we're trying to save both of the cutting
Yeah.
points, but it doesn't actually, like because black is very strong here. It's kind of hard to give an example, but usually you can only save two cutting points using a tiger's mouth. That's why we use tiger's mouth while trying to protect two different cutting points side by side.
Okay.
Mhm. And maybe this one.
I was afraid of this because the knight's move can be cut.
It can be cut, but as I said, that black is strong here,
Hmm.
so you can go forward. Like even let's say just normal cut. Which side do you think is weaker for black? Like the K line or J or H line?
The K line. Okay.
Like the K lines black stones or like this
The J.
A or
The
B?
J.
B,
B.
right?
B. B.
So
Yes.
if you think that is weaker, instead of like technically you can even do an Atari here.
Okay.
Usually Atari is not a good idea, but here Atari seems like the best shape move because anything else looks like a bad shape.
Okay.
So you can just do Atari here, maybe continue like this because the top two stones are perfectly fine.
Okay.
Cut. Nice. Aha. So here this is wrong. Why? It is easier to make eye space in corner, second easiest in sides, right? So first of all, because your cornerstone is a 4/4 stone, you could play a Kasumi that protects your corner invasion. At the same time, it takes away the white stone's base,
Hmm.
right? So white could go for this one, but still white won't be able to get a good base.
At that point, I thought of this move, but then I thought that I was ahead, so I did not want to be greedy. I just wanted to keep him low and just make him small. I didn't want to kill him there.
Okay, okay, okay.
Just wanted to make him live small and
So
surround everything.
even this is not trying to kill him. He could die,
Okay.
not trying to kill him. This is like the most efficient way to keep your opponent weak. Like the
Okay.
first thing your opponent needs when he's completely surrounded by your stones is a base because he cannot run away.
Yes.
So the first thing you should do is don't let him make a base easily.
Okay.
Here, I would say going with a tiger's mouth is better because later in the end game, black would end up with Gote because black needs to connect, right?
Oh.
But if you protect it with a tiger's mouth, then in the end game, black would end up with Sente.
Right. I did not think of that. I just thought that the two stones looked like a good space away from the R5 stone. So the solid collection felt better.
Again, I don't think you need to play here. Look for, so at first look, to me it seems like this here there could be a weak point. So I would
Hmm.
enforce a better shape here.
Okay.
Or you could do this trying to surround that white group. No need, just Hane. If they go
Okay.
like this, then you can again play something like this. Even here, if you just play like this, maximum he gets is one eye.
Hmm.
So giving your opponent one eye is nothing to worry about. You just have to make sure he doesn't get the second eye.
Okay. Yeah, because my moves are not blocking the center for my son, so he can still escape that, right?
So, mhm, mhm. Here you can even just capture, like these white groups cannot do anything.
Hmm.
Like they can cut, but both of the sides are very strong. So that is alive. We're in the end game. Good shit. Ouch. You missed that. Okay. There's nothing else. Okay, he missed that.
So this was the problem. This was a mistake.
This one,
I
right?
wasn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was in sudden death, and I was playing on mobile, and
Haha.
my fingers were not like I literally had 4 seconds, and it was a time Suji. If there was ever any time Suji, this was it.
Like you could have gone here.
I did not want to. I was already way ahead. I knew I was winning, and I did not want to punish. So I thought, fine. I just wanted to fill Dame points, but this was a bad Dame point to fill.
Yeah. So usually dame points are a bad idea. Usually.
Mm,
Because while trying to fill up dame points, you can activate some cutting points.
right.
So he didn't notice. And this. You don't even need to go inside. Just have strong shape, they won't live. Very small
Okay.
bits. And that is the end of the game. Okay. So you were white.
Yeah.
Mhm. So it was a misjudgment. So they have an enclosure. You should block the extension here. Okay. Joseki time. When the approach high like this, attach, hane, pull back, connection, one space jump, a two space jump. And this sixth stone could be on the fourth line or the third line. So the reason is that when black approached here, black is approaching with the idea that they want to do something in your corner,
Right.
probably trying to take over your area. And your response this way is pretty much he no the corner is mine, and they just make a base end of Joseki.
Right. Just give me 1 second.
Huh? So yeah, so he went for the corner. See your cutting points you should protect.
Right.
Again, do not try not to attach to your stones as long as possible, because when we attach, first of all, we have less number of liberties. Second, let's say if you attach here, normally white would have 4 liberties, here white has 3. Second, black now has 3 liberties, black would do something to increase their liberties, so black would become stronger.
Right.
So that is the reason we don't usually attach. Still, can you live there? No. Okay. So let's go back a few moves. Here, if I guess you did not read much, right?
I was thinking I would be able to like defend from this on the P line
Mm.
by
Okay,
like
so you were expecting something like this.
yeah.
Anyways, no worries. So usually in such cases, we would give up the one stone
Right.
to make good shape and have strength.
Yeah, this is dead.
Yeah. Okay. You can keep doing this till you have more than 3 stones. So right now it has 4 liberties. You are free to play anything else than a Nobi only when you have more than 5 liberties. So after this you can play anywhere else. But if you play somewhere else right now, they can do a Hane and that would be very bad.
Right.
Uh, Now black seems like in a little bit of trouble. Like instead of this, you could have simply gone for the double Atari.
Right.
Would have been much better.
Yeah, I think I was a little obsessed about saving the corner.
So the reason it would have been better is if you went for the double Atari, even if black plays this, now you have something that would work in this side. So black won't be able to develop much here.
Right.
This is still fine. And so now before playing here, you should ask yourself, ki, is there any urgent moves needed here? If not, try to find the widest side and play there. So this is not an urgent move because your group is already alive. So the widest side is the bottom side. You can play an approaching move here. And black could play this Joseki with you and the game would continue. Okay. Again, same mistake. Don't hane. So if you go Joseki wise, like the easier versions, the Joseki ends here and white can now play away. Okay. So this variation gives white the liberty to play somewhere else. By liberty, I don't mean the liberty in Go terminology, I mean the literal liberty.
Right.
And there's another variation where black gets to play away first, that is this variation. So here black gets to play away first. No, remember, okay, influence is not for increasing your territory. Influence is for attacking your opponent. Okay. So when we have influence, we want to keep increasing our influence so that our opponent invade and we attack them. So right
Right.
now again, the biggest move, this one. Or if you want to keep increasing your influence, you could try to do a shoulder hit here. If black goes like this, you can keep building the moyo like this. And eventually black would invade inside. Mhm. So there's a problem with this. You need to play this so that that black, so A is separated from B.
Yeah.
Otherwise, by sacrificing one stone, black can connect like this. Okay, so this is not a very good move from black side. Black should try to take an enclosure. So played a good shape, captured those stones. Idea was good. You missed those two stones.
Yeah.
I think I made a mistake even before this.
Mhm.
Actually, I was thinking originally that after this one move, the
Mhm.
next move, he plays at, yeah. After this, I was thinking it would be better to play at like O um O8,
Oh,
and then
oh, 8 here.
yeah,
No, I won't say it works. Like, black is very strong here. Nothing works inside unless you play this.
right.
That is pretty much the best move you have inside the right corner. So poking at your weak points. Separated. Now this needs two eyes. And
Yeah, this was a mistake.
mm,
I think I should have gone like S7 here before this. Yeah,
here,
yeah, before this S7 I think instead of this.
this one.
Yeah, like at least some chance maybe. Not sure if I can
So
survive, but
something like this.
yeah,
Or black could be like, okay, I will play like this. That way I can play like this. So only if black is like black practices Sumego every day, he would play like this.
yeah. That doesn't work. Like none of
Mm.
these actually works.
But this is a co-variation. So if there's a co, it depends on who has more co-threads. Okay.
Right.
So from white's perspective, I would say the first choice is always to live unconditionally, and from black's perspective, it would be to kill unconditionally.
Right.
But if that is not possible, we go for co. A bit of a bad shape. So this Atari is not that good because after this move, now black is kind of surrounded by white.
Right.
So he had to connect that. Why does this work this way? No.
Yeah, I think I made a mistake way back when I allowed that group at JK34 like
Mm.
to actually get created. But I think if I had just followed the fall like allowed him to build me a wall there, like it's like
Mm.
better for now with that weak group. I think it became a little worse off. I think I was in trouble there on the right, but I think he missed it. He could have pressed more.
And you did cut. This is good. Good. So instead of this move, you can actually jump.
Right.
But like I haven't read, but I'm very concerned about these cutting points
Yeah,
in this Atari.
yeah. I was aware of this as well, but I'm like, if I'm already losing probably here. I didn't read the whole like I couldn't read through this. What's the how much territory I have? But it
Hmm.
felt like if unless I am able to do something, I'm
So
losing.
a easy way to calculate territory is you make boxes. like this. Let's say, let's add this much in there as well. Then
Yeah.
there's this much. And we can say that this much is equal to whatever white has here, right?
Yeah. Approximately.
Then white has a little bit here that could be equivalent to this much, and this few points that white has here. Then black pretty much has, okay, let's not this one. Black pretty much has this much extra, and you can decide like this. Like it's not very accurate. So if the uh, territory or points count is very close, then it won't be very helpful. But usually in beginner games, the territory count is bigger, so it is helpful.
Right.
And you could have, okay, okay, no. You don't need to play that right now. Try to find a better move, like this one, or like this one.
Got it. Yeah.
You don't need to defend anymore, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Once
You can
E14 was built, I think. Games.
because this is fine, so there's no worries. That is dead. Still
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah. It's dead. I was just hoping for a mistake at this point
Uh-huh.
because
Was your
obviously,
opponent on Biyomi?
I'll have. We were pretty like I was in UAM, I remember. I'm not sure if he was. So I was hoping at this point that he misses this like J2. If I can play J2 at some point,
So
like if he,
whenever you're, so it's kind of a last
yeah,
effort kind of thing, like hoping for our opponent to mistake, but
right.
it usually only works when our opponent is in Biyomi, because if they have enough time, they will think calmly before
Yeah,
responding.
yeah, I actually resigned at some point because I thought it's
Mm,
hopeless. Because if he plays like J2 knight, all my threats they stop working.
was yeah. So you were black, and let's see how it went. Code purple is Bhanu, right? Mm, framework.
Yeah.
I think you could go for this, or even this, or even this. This one is not that helpful because white can play here. So he's still kind of trying to develop a framework while almost pincering you. So yeah, that's why the proverb is like if they have an enclosure, block the extension, and vice versa.
Got it.
Also, this is more like a splitting move. So if you do it on the third line, it's much better. Let's assume that white goes from this side. You make a base, that is a two space jump. That is automatically an approach.
Mm.
Like the only problem with this is that usually black would be playing at k3. So black is a little over concentrated. Okay, a very large. And again, fourth line. Mm. Here, I would say, so you have these two stones, right? They are on the fourth line. So these treat these stones like light stones. Okay. So they use them to reduce. So to reduce, your first choice is not towards the side, but going towards the center.
Mm.
So you could do, because there's so much space, you can do larger jumps as well like this. And the idea is you try to create some shape in the center, and if you're unable to get out of white surrounding you, you just make two eyes inside. But
Got it.
this, why this is not such a great move is because white could have tried to maybe split you, right? Then what would happen is you would have two weak groups side by side, and one of them will end up being dead.
Hmm. Yes,
Also,
yes, yes.
from another point of view, this is what we mean when we say that we attack for profit. Like, we see two weak groups that could be connecting in future, so we keep them separated. So while our opponent is trying to save one side, we can take over the other side. Do not attach. You should still, this moves looks fine. Like, very light. You can sacrifice one stone to run away. Okay. So after this Hane, your liberties decrease, so you do an OB.
Hmm.
And here, instead of connecting, you can jump again.
Okay.
Because your main idea is not to settle there, but to make sure that, like, the framework White was building never turns into solid points. That's it. Because while trying to save some stones, we end up with bad shape. Also, the original idea, let's say this stone is, let's go back another move. So this shape usually happens after this, and this shape signifies that we're going to sacrifice this stone.
Hmm. Yeah. That makes sense.
So White is trying to separate. White is approaching. So this is fine. I could simply go like this. Mhm. So why not here? Because of many cutting points.
Too many cutting points.
Let's see. If you connect, now White ends up with worse situation. If White connects, you just connect this one,
Hmm.
and White has to connect this, so you're still fine. Then you
Hmm.
can play this tiger's mouth, but right now this is not very important. Right now you have to think more about this group at the bottom.
Hmm.
Here again, instead of going from the inside stone, you could technically connect all up.
Hmm.
Mm. Okay, he gave up on the three stones. That's very bad for White. I would say that this could be a very important move right now,
Hmm.
arguably. Or, so this defends against the cut, right? If you play something like this also defends the cut a bit passively.
Hmm.
Because here, though, there could be complications like this.
But
approach. No, no, here you should have protected the corner. So you have a weak point. So there is a response for this. So suppose you were left with an elephant's eye, and sorry, not elephant's eye, you elephant's jump, and the elephant's eye is the weak point. So when someone plays here, you have two choice. Play a knight's move from either of these stones. You could play from this side or play from this side. So how do you decide the side? You pick which side is stronger and you play a knight's move from that side.
Mm.
That is the usual response. But if you already had some stones here, then I would say that playing a knight's move from this side could be better. So this again, a weak group, another potential weak group. And the cross cut. And you could go for this. So something like this could happen. Or let's see if something worse can happen. That doesn't work. This is bad from white's point of view. So yeah, that is the only option, I think. And hmm, I would say this one is better because then this white group would still be a bit weak and you still have the corner. So what do you think white white would play right now?
Maybe R, maybe
This one?
he might make a base L17 somewhere.
Something like this. It could happen. But see, white is surrounded. You have this. And white does not have the liberty to connect here right now.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. So instead of this, this is a fine move, but like there's this honey, right? You can try to separate this also, but it looks like a complicated variation. There could be different ways for white to poke at black shape. So if you want to be sure that this one is dead, play something like this, or this is fine. Trying to go in. Okay, surrounding. Good. Uh, maybe this one would be better. So it's
Mm.
trying to
Pressure.
pressure both groups at the same time.
Mm.
Mm. So do we have a solution here? I don't think
There
so.
was something there. Before this, one move before, yeah. The graph shows there's still some solution, but I don't know which one. think something
Personally, I would
L80.
play something like this if I really have to capture the two stones. But that still might not work.
I could have figured it out.
Suppose it goes on like this. Same number of liberties. Maybe white goes here. 15 moves. Or just
Something like that.
what could be a good move here? I don't know this.
Uh,
Just doing some reductions, I guess. Then we can see if we can kill or not. Go for this one.
hmm. After this point, I was just panicking.
Okay. So this is not a elephant jump, but it's pretty much the same scenario. You should play a knight's move from whichever side you should think is weaker here. Because
Mm,
if you play from the stronger side, let's say from here, that is this attach, or maybe something like this, they can play something like this. Though I don't think this matters much because he's just trying to reduce, he's not trying to kill because your groups are fine.
mm.
Okay, so this ideally should not live and white let it live. So because this does not live, the variation here is a co-variation and whoever wins the
Mm,
co.
I see.
Also, I don't remember it correctly, but I have seen some weird variation like this. But I think that only works when you have like second line or first line outside stones only. I don't clearly remember it. You could have also tried for something like this, let's say, and cut and
Oh,
see what happens.
oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. No, that's too much for me to read.
I think you should connect.
Mm,
This is much bigger.
just panicking over there.
Hmm. So this is not the second line, so your opponent can cut you off. Oh, yeah. Like only choices you have is a co. Whenever you see
Mm,
situations like this, instead of connecting, that becomes easier for your opponent to kill you. Go for the
mm,
co variation. That way, your opponent still has to think a lot.
mm.
And if they're thinking too much, they might end up making mistakes, especially if they're in Guillaume.
Mm.
And like instead of this one, I would say we could go for this one. It seems bigger. There's this one, there's this one. So endgame is all about taking the bigger points in center. Okay. So here, like, white has to respond, otherwise you can keep reducing. Similarly here as well, white needs to respond or you can keep reducing. And here this is just 4 points. Mhm.
Definitely blundered somewhere there.
I think if you place something like this right now, this could help. Like, what can white do? This and what this. Let's see. Filling up devotees. Okay, now white wins.
No, before that is ladder over there. Those three stones.
Where? Oh, I didn't see that. But like this one.
Then,
Okay. Then it works out for black. Because like here white can still play this. I think you can technically play this one.
hmm.
But white also have this weird move. And you cannot play inside. Mm. Okay, that is gone. So instead of connecting, let's see how white plays. So white plays that, right? Look at this. Connect works. The corner. You can go from the outside
Mm.
because we cannot cut. So, and also this white group is now not alive yet.
Mm.
And that is alive. You should look after the bottom right corner.
Mm.
Not good. Right now you have more liberties. Fine. This here is not good because white can just cut and that's it. Why this? No idea. And white did not read this. Oh,
No,
but
he still
now
has.
black is in Atari. By the way, do you guys also having problems on OGS?
Which
Like,
problem?
like sometimes the stones would show up like translucent colors. Like it keeps
No, no.
happening to
I
me
don't play
sometimes.
seriously. I've not played for a long time actually. Whenever the tournament comes, I just remember, oh, I have to play something. Oh, I forgot about this.
So instead of this, if you just play here, it makes sure you have eyes. Why? You could connect, no? Or BME pressure. Let's find some code threads like this.
Hmm. I
No,
just thought,
white can put this count as a threat. Is there something else? There's this.
hmm.
That is the end. Okay. So Ruba is back. By the way, who is Sadhak again?
I don't know.
Swapnil, yeah, he said he's traveling, so he won't be able to join. Okay, corner, blocking extension. Ideally, white should have taken the enclosure or blocked this extension. Okay, again blocking the enclosure, blocking the extension, taking an extension, finally going to Joseki and forgetting Joseki, attach in Hane and protecting cutting points. Mhm. It worked out, I would say. Okay, remember something. Do not make every Atari you see. Okay. Instead, so what would happen if you Atari? They would play something like this. Then you have to play something like this. Instead of that, again go back and think ki, uh, what is the biggest move right now? So right now I would say there's something around this place. So you should play something there, or you could play an closer here as well. Or because white did not complete the Joseki, you could be like, okay, then I will take white's corners. Hmm. So here again, is this the biggest move? No. Biggest move again, A, B, C. Also, when you go from inside your opponent's area, after this stone becomes very weak, right? So even if you want to play something like that, just hold on your horses and play something like this instead. That way you're connected to your stones. Finally, enclosure, attach. Nice. Nice. Good. But still, like, yeah, this is very big. If you just take this, you pretty much have 3 corners. So the chances of you winning will like grow by a lot. Okay, so 2 corners secured, trying to surround that area. So see, if you play here from the thought key, you don't want white to come here, but white can still come in. Also, white can still come in from here. So instead of the center, if you feel like this group is weak, just play a normal jump and you're connected. Or if you really want points, play moves like this on the third line. That those third line moves are much bigger. So this is a connection. This is also a connection. But this connection forces your opponent to do something. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Double Atari, good, nice.
This is the first triple Atari I've seen.
Have you seen a triple co?
No.
Triple co are the only games in Go where it ends with a draw.
What?
Yeah, because if you had 2 co's, it could still like the co could be over, but all the triple co games I've seen, every single game is a draw because it would keep repeating infinitely.
Oh.
So the first idea for co was that we have to change the board to capture back, but there's 3 co's, right? So let's say there's co A, B, C. You capture at A, your opponent captures B, and you play C. And
My God.
it keeps repeating. Good, good. Fine. Maybe I would still prefer something on the second line. Sorry, third line. Maybe this would be too close right now. So just a 2 space jump would be better. But this is fine. This is fine. This is a bit, I would say, like you are reducing or you're shrinking your own territory. So you're trying to make a wall from here, whereas you could make a wall from here, trying to surround more area. Or you could just play from here, like this. No, no, no. So now we can say we're in the end game. So now second lines are more important. So first importance would be your territory borders. Second important second line, then the first line. So instead of going inside, that also does not increase your liberty count at all. You can either block, sorry, not block. You can either connect the cutting point or play on the second line like this. See, now you have less number of liberties here. So you need to do something about it. So your opponent did not take advantage of it. Mhm. You don't need to connect this because it would be just 1 point. You should play forcing moves first. So endgame's rule is you play on the second line and first line, forcing moves first. When the forcing moves are over, you play the biggest moves on the first and second line. So here white would respond like this. Then here white could respond. Then there's we could go from here or jump or do a monkey jump.
Monkey jumps are so fun.
Yeah. Every time I play monkey jump, I remember a server where I learned monkey jump. That server was active for like 2 or 3 months only. Like it's still around, but I don't think there's anyone who plays there. That is fine. That is fine. Mhm. And you should play this first. That way you're still connected here. And fine. This is fine. You lost one stone. And that is the end. That was a good game. So Gokulan is white, Ishan is black. Tengen approach. So here I would always say that this is a bad move because you need to increase your liberties no matter how unique your playstyle is. Also like same would go for this as well. So let's jump off to move 40 and see. Black is very happy here. And black doesn't really have solid territory yet. Maybe one move here could end up as solid territory. Also, black does not need to connect this because this cut does not work. If you think that he can do something like this, then again white has less liberties, or even this, something like this. Can white live? Okay, no, not this one, this one. You reduce the plane sight. Maybe this way white can live. So and now white plays here. Now can black kill white? So
A clamp on B16.
this one, here you go down and no, white can,
No, not go down. Connect on. Well, no, it can't be connected.
yeah,
At B15, I was thinking, but it. Hmm. So C16, then B.
and it's dead. Okay, trying to play some moves, both players. Yeah, again, this move would have been much better, like this. Mhm, mhm, and okay, so I guess Ishan is a very new player. So for Ishan, the request is practice more Sumegos and reduce liberties more because this is not a ladder.
G8. Sorry, H8.
Right? This one,
That was the ladder instead of G.
this
This
one.
one.
This is not the ladder either. There's no ladder. White just
There is no
captures.
ladder,
Yeah.
but right.
And we
Uh,
see a little bit of bad shape. Hi Suhas. Here's the review link. So this is a bit of bad shape, as we all know. Here even this is much better. So here, like for you guys, I would say, instead of connecting here, you guys can play this because there is just one push. This cut is a ladder. Also, like shapes like this, usually if your opponent wants, they can start cutting everywhere and start a complicated fight. Like first idea for from my side would be to separate black, then we can see what happens. Like it becomes a Nakade Sumego. By the way, anyone confused about what Nakade is? Hello.
no, I know.
Okay.
Not at all.
So okay. So connected and create.
I mean, I don't know the meaning of Nakada. I just know Nakada shapes mean the bulky five or the
Yeah.
L shapes, the
So
normal life and death
Nakade
shapes.
shapes are. Let me go back to that. Nakade. Naka means inside. Okay.
Okay.
So in any Sumego where you have to, let's say, you are white and you have to kill black, you have to play inside, right? To play the vital point.
Yes.
So that basically is a Nakade point or Nakade move.
Okay. So vital point,
Yeah, yeah.
kind of.
So anything you play inside is a nakade move. And when
Okay.
usually you have a moyo and let's suppose your opponent invades, this is like from white's point of view, this is not a nakade thing because they just need to make sure that black never gets to create eye shape.
Right.
So yeah, definitely this one is much better. White is still not alive, and it's let's assume white would connect here, then moves like this, or no, maybe moves like this would be better. Just make sure that white doesn't get eye space. And black missed this. Also, so from white's perspective, white is strong and this black group is an invasion. Make sure you're not creating many cutting points and just stay strong and you will win. So this way still could have been a co, but it's fine. And, and, and white did a mistake. Even this is a mistake because after this it's still a co. And I guess they passed here. So it's an interesting game. And you were white. Oh, why did I start with this? I don't know. Yeah, so wrong side, like optimal moves right now A, B, C, D. Okay.
Okay.
Do you know this Joseki?
Yeah, I know halfway.
This one. There's
No,
also a
no.
few other variations. So in Go Magic's skill tree in the Joseki section, you would find this. Like
Mm-hmm.
that is where I learned the 3-3 के ऊपर 4-4 का Joseki. I didn't know that before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, extension, block and closer. Pincer, I don't want to jump. So okay, take away all the influence. So this is the correct move as far as I remember. And this, I don't know why I
Yeah, I know.
played it, but I used to play this in my DDK. As I was like, okay, let me try this again. Approach. So, like, if I really have to say, like, to my liking, this is not how black should play. Black should go for this. So
Framework.
black already has an enclosure, so nice.
Mm-hmm.
And even if white kicks, it falls back to a different Joseki, so it's fine.
Okay.
But some professionals have corrupted me with AI. Again here, like something like this or this could be better.
Hmm.
I don't know. Okay, so this one, this is a bit questionable. Why? Because it's not increasing your framework by a lot. Okay.
Okay.
Second, it's not reducing your opponent's framework as well.
Hmm. Hmm.
Whereas even a normal splitting move like this would be much
Hmm.
better, I think.
Okay.
Or if we go from a bit more modern mindset, this approach could be better.
Hmm.
Or maybe something like this.
Hmm. In feeling.
Yeah. So basically, what I've understood of the AI mindset is they always want to be the one who has the center. Okay. So you,
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
you should always have the center. That is the mindset, and you are always attacking.
Okay.
Like a move like this or a shoulder hit. I think a
Hmm.
shoulder hit could have been a nice idea because Black is trying to grow the framework from here, and Black would be feel very sad if you do a shoulder hit here.
Hmm. Okay. Mm, yeah. Okay.
Ideally, Black could play this. Okay,
Hmm.
finally something on that side. No idea why, but okay. But right now, I do not like that you're continuing here because not the end game.
Too
Right
small.
now, yeah, too small. Right now, look at this moves here.
Okay.
Like, I
Ah.
so
Ah.
any move here would be very nice. Like, I like the shoulder hit a lot. It would
Hmm.
increase your framework, reduce Black's framework.
Hmm. Yeah.
This would be like end game. And I was like, okay, let's make sure that it's fine. So here, this is a bit odd. You should at least continue something. You just left it.
We are trying to grow
Yeah.
in weird ways.
So go with a plan before you play the move. Try to stick
Hmm.
to that plan unless that plan fails. Okay.
Okay.
Right now, if you want to play lightly, do this and just jump.
Okay.
And here, I think this is like this should be the better move instead of doing this first
Hmm.
because this forces white to fix a weakness.
Okay.
But if black just goes like this, now it's up to white if white wants to play something like this or not.
Hmm.
And depending on what happens in the next 10 moves,
Hmm.
this could be a useful move. We don't know.
Okay. Okay.
So this is, I would say, a RJ cache move, like
Okay.
forcing your opponent to fix their weaknesses.
Hmm. Hmm.
And good. And uh, like here's I'm a bit confused what to do
Hmm.
because I want to play at A, B,
Okay.
even C.
Hmm.
But this is still a fine move.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't know if this is a good shape in this place.
Yeah.
And let's see.
Hmm.
I think if you didn't cut here right now,
Okay. Hmm.
later I think it could have been something. I don't know. Like
Okay.
during the game, I was watching and thinking like there could be something, but I didn't read
Hmm.
it completely.
Okay.
That just doesn't work. Nothing works here right now. Okay, so uh, this looks fine, but I don't know why. All the high level players, pros and AI, everyone's usually says ki, go here first,
Ah.
then here, then here. Ends up pretty much the same. I don't know why they
Ah.
prefer that one. I need to ask a pro. Where is one? Wait. Okay, no, it should be similar. What's the difference? One stone. Okay, I see. So this variation, black has two less points. Okay, no, not two. One point
Coolest.
less. Black has
Okay.
1 point less because there's this stone extra.
Ah.
Oh wait,
Okay.
but now black captured two white stones. Okay, so it's still same. I don't know why it's like this.
Hmm.
So yeah, let's see. So if you capture right now, is there a problem? I don't know. I don't. It didn't look like you would have a problem. So I don't know why you did not capture.
Hmm. 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 Okay.
But again, in the end, it ends up the same.
Hmm.
That was a good call.
Ah. Everything downhill from me.
This. So here, if you're going to
Hmm.
create a bad shape, just connect directly because I think later black plays here again and you have to respond again, right?
Ah.
So just get over with it. Like black cannot do anything here anymore.
Hmm. Hmm. Ah.
So less co-threats for black.
Hmm.
Also, this one I would say don't play it yet. There could be a very good co-threat.
Okay.
Like, the reason I say that is because of this.
Hmm. Hmm.
See,
Hmm.
again, white has to respond to this.
Yeah. Hmm.
And black passed. White played this. And that is the end.
Yeah. Framework reduce. Mm.
So still fine. I think around this point the problem started because
Yeah,
especially this
it is
one
on.
because you played very slow moves
Mm.
where black was taking the bigger ones. Though
Mm.
this is very bad from black, but still like usually
Yeah.
black was taking all the bigger moves.
Mm.
So yeah, mid games idea, no urgency, then go for the big things.
Mm.
So early mid game, you can actually try to be greedy because it, every move feels like a sabaki. It's far apart, right? So you can try to
Yeah.
be greedy. So after, let's say, mid game starts and then you play first 10, 15 moves, then slowly start making sure that you're connected and stuff.
Okay.
Like this one
And
also,
this one. Yeah.
like, yeah, I should
Should have continued
do
it.
something here.
Mm.
Also, there was something here as well. Not here. Oh, wait, I missed it. Yeah, this one. So at this point, I was thinking white should just take Sente from somewhere and push down.
Ah, okay.
Like I would love if white starts a fight here, just to
Mm.
see how black responds, who wins the fight and stuff.
Mm.
Because if you look at the board, pretty much the rest of the board, everyone knows ki this is okay,
One
not
white.
not that much. This is
Yeah.
whites. Yeah, this is whites. This black. This is white.
Mm.
This much is black. Here, let's say this much is at least black. So okay.
Yeah.
These are most likely dame points, and the
Mm.
only place
Mm.
where white can do something is trying to reduce here or start picking fights everywhere. Attach. So
Mm.
you can do that when you're desperate. Attach stones everywhere. It feels like there could be a weakness. Okay.
Okay.
Try to annoy your opponent, hoping they make a mistake. That's how Fox
Yeah.
players usually play their games.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for ended with white resigning. Both are very beginner players. Like one thing is whenever someone attaches your stone, you become weaker, so you increase your liberties. And again attach, you should increase. Attach, okay, increase. Again you should increase. So black says I'm trying to enter your corner, white should block the corner. So this lets black separate white. White should just stay connected. So black's reading is a bit better than white. Black is reading the liberties and stuff. Mhm. And oh, very bad shape for here. Like the few good moves right now for white could be this one. Even something here should also work. Also, there's a move here and a move here. Let's see. So black is Hane. Again, bad shape. Remember, even if you cannot read, you should practice shapes and play good shape. The worst that can happen after playing good shape is you losing the game, but usually you would end up leaving. So by attaching here, white is actually making the cornerstone much weaker. Again, black can actually cut if it wants to. And black is connected. So this is gone. All you can do is force black to capture. That makes sure you have some eye space. Also, if you have center right now, there's a lot of places you could play. This, I would say, is the biggest move right now. It helps you connect back with these stones. Atari, missed Atari, but still fine. Still did not respond here. So this will end up dying. And a very weird attachment and a weird clamp and a cross cut. And white resigns here. So for black, I would say focus a bit more on opening and start learning a few basic keys. And white, same things apply to you as well, but most important thing would be look at your liberties and practice more scenarios. That's it for the video and see you guys soon. Bye bye.